Do you have to say in the Cookie Monster voice? It sounds like a death metal Cookie Monster Tom Waits voice. Tom Waits is Cookie Monster. Cookie Monster is Tom Waits. And they're interchangeable.
Have a terrific show.
You have a terrific show. What?
Flairwolf.
Flairwolf. Oh, Ric Flair, the Flairwolf. This reminds me of something funny that Rob sent me on, I think it was like Facebook or, my hair, eyeliner. Go fuck a duck. Anyways, I love wrestling. I love wrestling. Bright light. Get out there, dog hair. I'm not going to say that I can't say that I don't love wrestling because I love wrestling, and fucking the Flair Wolf is the funniest fucking thing I think I've ever seen. Ric Flair as a werewolf is the funniest thing. And and like Nature Boy and the woo, like it already fits. So how would a Flair Wolf not make sense? So when Rob told me about the amazing anomaly that is the Flair Wolf, I flipped my wig. It was so funny. Oh, fuck. So hilarious. The Flair Wolf. Woo! Yeah. Oh my God. Today is power outage day. It's fucking windy as fuck here. Oh my God. We get an Environment Canada warning that winds up to 90 kilometers an hour. That is a fast wind. Now, when I say I challenge you to a winter off, I'm not screwing around here, people. This is real talk. This is what's going on. Ho, holy shit. It's been a bit. It's beginning to look a lot like Christmas. I'm just going to be the most obnoxious version of myself that I can possibly be, because that's the version of myself that I am. Fortunately for you, you can choose to turn me off right now, or we can just keep going. But I'm kidding. Like, it's been a minute, fam. And I missed you. I missed talking with you. I missed hanging out with you and chilling with you and telling you and shooting the shit what's going on around here. I've been busy oiling and lotioning and oiling. No, I'm just kidding. I've been getting oiled up, greasier than your cousin Eddie. I launched the grooming company on the 30th of November. I didn't know if it was going to happen because we were having so much trouble with the website. It was driving me fucking bananas. Rob is a genius. He figured it out. Fuck web people. Fuck all the other anything else. It's a family biz. We got it sorted. And then we got a better deal for you people. So that was good. And like so much more has gone on these last 2 weeks. Like I say, it's been a fun and crazy and busy and fun and familial 2 weeks. It's been nice. It's been peaceful. It's been good. So welcome, like I say, to another long-awaited episode of 21st Century Rocker Mom with me, your host, Tanya Candler. I'm here for you usually every week, except when I take a little break, because we all need a break. I heard someone say the other day that instead of finishing the New Year's off with like resolutions and stuff like that, and finishing the New Year's off hard and seeing how hard we finish on Spotify and seeing how hard we finish on this and seeing how, why don't we finish off this old year and enter the new year like soft? Why don't we finish off taking care of ourselves, being nice to ourselves, chilling out with ourselves, giving ourselves the self-love and the self-care that we need to kind of chill out. It's the holiday season of giving. Why not give yourself that gift and exit this year softly? I kind of like that idea. I don't know why. It just struck me as really interesting and really, really nice. I thought it was nice. So like I say, this week and the last 2 weeks, lots of packages going out, packages coming in, everything, lots of stuff going out now that the company is launched, and like really beyond my wildest dreams. I'm going like a mad lady, and lots of things coming in, getting so many cool little different things and cool stuff in the mail. And as the holiday season comes, more things get delayed, but more things come eventually. So like I say, it's you can tell it's the holiday season because like it's beginning to look a lot like Christmas. Lights are up, decorations are going up, there's neighborhood parties. We'll talk about that. We'll definitely talk about that. I had a great neighborhood party, let me tell you. We thought out Mariah Carey, baby. It was good, but like people are starting to drive like real assholes on the road. and people are starting to be really rude to retail employees. So it must be the holiday season because it's the season of, I don't know why people are so grinchy. I don't know why they all turn into grumpy dwarf when it happens, like the grumpy one from Snow White. Fuck that. No. So my husband, like Rob, is a dual citizen of Canada and the US. So I don't know if you guys know that, but now you do. Rob's a dual citizen. So we celebrate many holidays, and I am many backgrounds and cultures and all that stuff. So we celebrate lots of holidays in this house. And we started with Thanksgiving across the pond last Thursday with our American friends across the pond in the great US of A. And we had Thanksgiving here. And that is when I put on my Steven Tyler PJs, and I walked around all day donning a tiger suit with a tail, ears, paws, the whole nine, like everything with a tiger suit. It was just tiger suit, so good. Mad tiger, but cute tiger. But honestly, it immediately, as soon as it was Thanksgiving, like American Thanksgiving, like we call in Canada American Thanksgiving, what Americans call Thanksgiving. It immediately sparked in me my inner and outer Pauly Shore, obviously, because I had to wear that hilarious costume. If I had a hat, I'd wear it too. But I'm not getting one of those hats until a little bit later. Like, I'll tell you about that later. But like, oh my God, Pauly Shore is something that I grew up on. If you grew up on Pauly Shore, raise your hand. I'll wait. There's a lot of you raising your fucking hand right now. I grew up on Pauly Shore movies. Oh my God. In the Army Now. I was talking about this to someone the other day. In the Army Now. This is so funny. And we were discussing about how his movies are so funny. There's some that we haven't seen in a bit, and you have to revisit. In the Army Now is hysterical. Biodome absolutely like fucking kills me. And then like honestly, do not discount my favorite, and I don't know if it's yours, but it's my favorite. Son-in-Law is a whole entity in itself. So I'm not talking about Son-in-Law. I'm talking about the other movies, because Son-in-Law is synonymous for me with Thanksgiving. But I absolutely freaking love Jury Duty. I don't know why. That's my favorite Pauly Shore movie. I love Jury Duty. My sister and I think used to watch it when we were younger, and something about when he's in the strip club and he decides to be the milkman and he pours milk all over himself. I don't know if that's something that I'd want to see. If I was going to see some exotic dancers, I don't know. I don't know how exotic that is, but it was something. It was definitely something. It definitely had me cracking up and like rolling on the floor. Pauly Shore just like does something to me. He just gets me. He's like Bill Murray. He's like one of those comedians that's just so fucking funny. He just gets me, man. I love him. But as Crawl or Crotch, as the dad likes to call him, he's my favorite. But what did I do in my Steven Tyler PJs? What the fuck did I do in my jammies? Like, yeah, I've got jot notes because I was a fucking crazy. Oh my God. There has been, and I tell you this, and I've said it on my Instagram, I've said it I've said it all over the fucking place. There has been non-stop construction behind my house with the neighbors. The only neighbors we don't get along with the neighborhood. There's been non-stop construction behind my house going on since June, baby. Since June. We're into December, honey. Like, holy shit. We're into December and there's still construction going on. It's cold as shit outside. It's very cold. I'm not going to lie. It's cold in Canada. It's not nice. And you've heard about our backyard neighbors again. I'm surrounded by kindness. Kindness everywhere. Kindness. I'm surrounded by good people. Good, nice, just regular folks on most sides, except right directly at the back. Oh my God, they dropped a miter saw. It basically was like an autopsy head saw in my backyard for my 4-year-old to find. Good thing we found it before she did. And then we gave it back to the guy. He has it back. I'm going to say that. I'm not going to say much more about that. Oh my God, but they had these workers going during Thanksgiving. And I was like in a tiger suit and I was already like silly with the kids because it was just Thanksgiving. We were having a fun day to romp around and having a good time and stuff like that. And these guys are making so much noise. It was so disrespectful. I'm like, it's a holiday. Stop. Stop making noise. Like, I don't give a shit if it's not a holiday for you. It's a holiday for some people. And so I'm just like, don't be disrespectful. So they're playing this music, this infernal, I don't know what the frick it was, but it was terrible. Even the kids were like, oh, Mom, we can't go outside. I'm like, why? They're like, those guys are swearing up a storm. And they're playing some kind of music. I don't even know what it is. And my kids are listening to like good music. Not only do they listen to their kids' stuff, like the, you know, the Wiggles and, you know, different, you know, Raffi and stuff that I played when I was a kid, the Mini Pops. They listen to that stuff. But they're influenced by a lot of the stuff that I listen to too. Like I don't listen to the stuff that has the swearing with them. I'm not gonna let them listen to Lana Del Rey or, you know, something with sexual overtones in it. But like if I put on the Beatles, yeah, they'll listen to it. If I put on the Beach Boys, yeah, they'll listen to it. If I put on, I don't know, Olivia Newton-John, they'll listen to it. They'll listen to the Eagles. They like all that stuff. They'll listen to Skinner. They're very musically diverse children. And, you know, that speaks volumes when I have to go outside to calm these fuckers down. What did I do? In a full tiger suit. Because I saw a tiger. And you know what a tiger saw? This is what those fucking construction workers saw. Those construction workers saw a tiger go out there, plug in the fucking biggest amp that she had, take out my Paul Reed Smith Custom, the Carlos Santana edition. It was a nice dry day. It was a nice sunny day. So I could go outside and I could let my freak flag fly. And I just fucking unleashed like a motherfucker on them. And I blasted them. I blasted them with tunes. I blasted them with metal. It was raining metal. It was raining blood all over them. And then also I blasted them with Frank Zappa. I don't think that they liked Bobby Brown Goes Down probably very much, but I don't really give a shit. And so you're welcome for the free concert. That, like, some people would have paid good money for that. I don't know what people, but some people, like I say, what can I say except you're welcome for the free backyard concert, you fuckers. This tiger suit, I will tell you, has a dual purpose. There's more than one purpose for this tiger suit. What else did I get up to in this tiger suit? Well, let me tell you. My notes, I'm laughing at my notes because they're so funny. Like, so I don't even know I'm getting flustered now because I don't even know how I'm going to tell you this. So, you know, everyone knows that I was married before this and it was not my happiest experience. So I was like, I'm not in a rush to get married again. Even though that Rob is my husband in my heart, we're not like married on paper or anything like that. So like ring stuff and stuff freaks me out, and not commitment stuff, but like that kind of thing freaks me out because my first one was not good. And I don't want to like do something and then have it end badly with someone that I really, really care about. So I was like, I'm never getting a ring. I'm never getting married again. I'm never doing this. But then, you know what? Times change and people change. And I will say the wonderful thing about Tiggers, these girls in tiger suits, me that is, believes in second chances because you don't always get a second chance. Most people in life are not lucky enough, I think, to get a second chance. Like, I don't know if it's luck or if it's like where you are or what station you're in at the time, but like most people don't get that opportunity for a second chance in life. So I took my second chance and I got down on one knee in a tiger suit and I proposed to Rob with the ring. So now he has one too. Like, I've had one for a while, like a long time, but I wear it. And, but like, Rob has not had a ring and I know he wanted one and I know it was really important to him to have one. So I put my shit aside. Like, you got to put your emotional shit aside for somebody else's happiness sometimes. So sometimes you have to do that for your partner. So I put all my, I'm like, that has nothing to do with him. We have a good relationship, so I'm good. So we have the rings now. He's got a really cool ring. So if you see him like flashing a ring around on any of his socials, it's because, yes, he has a ring now and so there's that. So yeah, I'm excited for that. So that's what I did. It's the holiday season. We should be filling the world with kindness. And we'd be sharing this kindness and love and happiness with our neighbors and people that we love and our friends and family. And I'll tell you, unlike my backyard neighbors, the people in our neighborhood generally are really amazing. I'll tell you, everyone on either side is amazing. There was a huge tree lighting party that we went to. I showed you this on my Instagram. It was awesome, this tree lighting party. And it was run by one of our neighbors who lives behind us and to like one side. And we can see their Christmas tree, which is like a Griswold tree, through our backyard. And it's so nice to see at night if you go outside. And I go out to get like bird feed or fill up the bird feeders or put peanuts out for the squirrels, or we take care of the homies down here. Like we make sure that like all the animal friends are fed. And then we find like raccoons on our deck that scare the shit out of us when we go outside to feed the other animals at night or take our dog out, whatever. But I say like those neighbors are really cool. So the whole neighborhood gets together for the Griswold party, like I say, at the neighbors, like the street over. Go over, it's dark. We got hot cocoa, we got apple cider, we got cookies, and we got Christmas music, and we got dancing, and we got jingle bells, and we got glow sticks, and we got kids, and we got all kinds of things. Big outdoor fest. It's wonderful. My kids are having a blast. Like Rob's having a blast, I'm having a blast, and neighbors, like there's a lot of fucking people there, and they're having a blast. It's nice, it's outside, it's fun. And they thought out Mariah Carey just for the occasion. She came out and there was like I say, there was a lot of dancing. It might have been on my part and the lady who was running it, because she loves to dance also. And I love to embarrass myself in public, so that I do dance. And then Mariah Carey, the thing about Mariah Carey and Christmas is most people think that she's like super annoying because of the All I Want for Christmas Is You. And that's so synonymous with Christmas. And it comes out and All I Want for Christmas Is You. And that's all that's played all the time. For me, it reminds me of my dad. One Christmas, my dad was like dinking around with my sister, and my sister loves and loved to choreograph, does still to this day, to choreograph like dances, and she's good at making like dance moves and stuff like that. And my dad was like, I don't know, trying to emulate what she was doing. I don't know how he was trying to pull it off, being his age and her being her age, right? And she's obviously a little bit more agile than he is. And so they've got All I Want for Christmas Is You on, because she really liked Mariah Carey at the time, because this is the 90s. So this was the time when this cassette tape that we had, this tape came out, because that's what the 90s was. It was cassette tape time. So this is when this came out. My dad did this jumpity thing, and my sister was trying to emulate what he was doing. She was trying to emulate what she was doing, and he landed on his fucking foot and he broke it. He broke the fuck out of his foot. All of a sudden he was just like, oh. He couldn't move. He's on the floor. He was paralyzed. I was just like scared because I didn't know what I was going to do, because I'm like my dad and I'm a little kid and this is scary. He didn't go to the hospital. He just like bandaged it up. It swelled like a brotherfucker. And he took care of it himself. That was the kind of guy like my dad kind of was. He like didn't want to go to the hospital. He didn't want to go to the doctor. If he could fix it himself at home, he would. So that was just the kind of guy he was. So blaze of glory. What can I say? My neighborhood, like I say, is so fun and it's so inclusive, and they love the holiday season as much as I do, which is so much fun. And you know what? Speaking of people and holiday lovers that love the holiday season as much as I do, oh my God, there is one person, and even his wife too. They love the holiday season probably as much as I do. And it's this is for Beards and Bitchin. This is for Beards and Bitchin. Like this is what I saved it for. It's Jolly Old Fat Man. Bam at Jolly Old Fat Man. Jolly Old Fat Man is a beer company that I love. I love Jolly Old Fat Man because they have such diverse blends of their oils. I got the red blend with the oil. I got the 5 for $40 before they closed up shop. They're going to be open again in January, but until then, I would encourage you to go check out Jolly Old Fat Man on their Instagram. They've been in my stories on 21st Century Rocker Mom, and you can find them there, and you'll be able to find them there. But obviously, I got the 5 for $40, the red blend oil, and they were 5 for $40. Yeah, I got them shipped somewhere in the States, and then they came here. And I'm going to share with you what the red blend is, and it's awesome. I got my good glasses on. So I got 5 for $40, and it's really good. When the red blend, what is in the red blend is meadow foam oil, the meadow foam seed oil, apricot kernel oil, hemp seed oil, almond oil, and shea olean oil and fragrance. And I got, this one's amazing. I love it. It's so cool. It's like an holy night one, but it's called 'Tis the Season. And I love this, the picture on it, because I like the Santa because he kind of looks like he's praying. And 'Tis the Season is eucalyptus, bayberry, spearmint, mistletoe, wintergreen, and fir needle. And it's actually so subtle for something that could be really overpowering. It's so nice. and it's really woodsy without being too over the top. And the oils themselves, they're beautiful. I'm going to put one that I'm going to put in my hair on my hand so I can show you what the viscosity is like, because I got all Red Label oils, so they're all the same. This one, look at this jolly old fat man right here. This is the Krampus oil, and it's the same, again, red blend. This one, the scent profile is eucalyptus, spearmint, smoky tobacco, cedar, cherry, and musk, and it's really nice. It's almost like a fun cologne. I like it. I know that Rob likes this one too. And it smells really nice. Like, it smells so nice. And these ones they last a good long time, so I like them. Santa's Helper. I love the picture, but I love the scent profile. Hot cocoa, cranberry, vanilla, blood orange. We got the elf on there making trouble. That one smells so nice. That reminds me of something when I was a little girl. And then we're going over here to this one. Oh, this one's nice too. Misfit Toys. This is one that really surprised me that I think I love almost best. It's sandalwood, oud, blackberry, eucalyptus, iris, and others. And it is one that I was like, I took a chance on it because I like things that are a little bit out of the box. That's the way I do things. This is so nice. Like, I would recommend this one to anybody, Misfit Toys. It's so good. It's just amazing. And it's so out of the box for, like, it's an unconventional Christmas scent, but it's a really nice Christmas scent. I love it. And this one is Claus's Kitchen, and it is just sugar cookie, buttercream, candy canes, and oatmeal. I put this one in my hair at nighttime. It's really pretty. It's lovely. Not that it wouldn't smell good in anyone's beard, because it would, because it'd make you hungry all day. It's beautiful. It does smell like Claus's Kitchen. It smells like Santa Claus's Kitchen. So those are beard oils from Bam at Jolly Old Fat Man. He loves Christmas. He is Santa. And like I say, his Christmas display makes anything else look like small potatoes. He's making people happy and he's spreading Christmas cheer. And he's doing that and he's collecting donations for charity and things like that. So he is Santa Claus and his wife is Mrs. Claus. And they do Christmas up real nice and they do it the proper way. So his website, like I say, will be up again in the new year, and you can get things from Jolly Old Fat Man. I would encourage you to probably sign up, and you can be like VIP, and you can get things when they're closed up. So that'll be good for you. So this is his Christmas season because he is Santa Claus, so he has to take it off to do Santa Claus stuff. I launched the company, the grooming company, on the 30th of November. I didn't know what was going to happen. Was it going to happen? Did it happen? It happened because the web stuff was giving us so much trouble, and it was actually on Shopify's end, which sucked. And so that was like a lot of like hours on the phone with support, but we figured it out. We figured it out for you. What can I say? We launched it and it went better than I could have like ever anticipated or expected, which is really cool. And I sent out 2 entire launch collections on Friday. And I'm sending 2 more out today. And I'm just excited that these are all going out and people are going to try them and that they like them and they're fun and there are certain collectibles and things coming with them. And what is my favorite oil? Someone sent me that. I'm getting weird DMs to the beard company now that pertain to like the podcast. So I'll answer them, I guess, here. What is my favorite oil? But I put them on the beard company too, on Rockaholic Grooming Company. You can follow us on Instagram, wherever you follow, Facebook, wherever, whatever you got going on. My favorite, honestly, is the Captain's Blend. It's the one that I did for my dad. It's a tribute scent, and we'll talk more about tribute scents soon. But I really like the scent profile of it. It's lovely. It's a really traditional barbershop with an absolute crazy twist. It's a non-traditional twist on a traditional classic, is what I would say about the Captain's Blend. And I think that's why I like it that much. It smells exactly like my dad. It's crazy. And I love to mix it. I'm making really big batches of it right now. So, because that's the one that I'm selling the most of, which is crazy. With single bottles, I'll tell you what I'm selling out the most of. Sets, like of the 8, the launch collection. And then the Captain's Blend's going like crazy. Honky Tonk's going like crazy. Hookah Lounge is going like crazy. Van Hagar's going like, a lot of them are going like crazy right now. So I'm restocking as well as we speak. So that's good that it went better than I could have imagined. And Rob has been like kicking ass, helping me with like web stuff, because we realize that we don't need a web person. Like, we do everything like in-house. It's a family business. Screw it. We want to be able to form that relationship with you that, like, you know, that's us on the other end, not some robot talking to you. And so you can, you know who you're talking to, and we can get back to you, and our customer service can be top notch, because that's what we're about. Having a good time, but also having good customer service. If your stuff doesn't get to you, let us know. If stuff is broken, let us know. Like those kinds of things. Like we need to know. That's important. Now, I got a new little show for you, a new little spot. Don't get me wrong here. Don't twist this around. We're going to play Spin the Bottle. What are we going to do? Play Spin the Bottle. We're going to do a lot of spin. I'm going to explain this. We don't hang out enough. We don't see each other enough. We don't hang out enough. So I decided, what are we going to do? It's going to be live. We're going to listen. We're going to spin. We're going to chat. And someone's going to win. What's going to happen? So what we're going to do is basically, I think I'm going to do it monthly. Because that's about as much as time as I have right now. Monthly, a live stream. It'll be like a game show site type thing. But monthly, just a live stream where I'm not going to charge you any money to come in. I'm going to put your name on a wheel. But you got to come in all at the same time and stay on the live stream. And we're going to listen to an album together, like a classic albums or whatever album. We'll pick an album together. We'll vote on the album. We'll do this through Rockaholic probably, I think. Or I don't know. We'll do it through my YouTube channel, obviously. But we're going to vote on an album. And we're going to listen to that album. And then we'll come up with a scent profile for that album. We'll make a custom bottle of a tribute thing. Probably the first one we're probably going to do is like Fleetwood Mac, because obviously Christine McVie just passed away, unfortunately. But I think it takes music and hangouts and art and puts all those things together. And I said I was going to do a spin show. Why not? Make it with oil. Come on in. I don't want your money. Just come out. If we're going to do money at all, it would just go to charity. And the charity that I pick is juvenile diabetes. Diabetes near and dear to my heart, like I say. So if any money's change hands, it goes to diabetes. So that's where it will go. But like I say, we'll come up with a profile to suit the record or whatever we're listening to. And we'll give it a fun name. You guys can help name it. And then we'll send it out to whoever wins. I don't know if we'll do a process of elimination on the wheel or draw a number, but whatever. Depends how many people we have up in the chat. That's what will go on. So I got a weird grooming company related question this week. This is weird. And it says, why on earth would you promote, I'm reading this like literally verbatim. Why on earth would you promote other companies? You will destroy your business. If that's your attitude, then get out of town. That's your insecurity talking. Big time. Build a community. I think hold up the other people that you like. Honestly, like it's ridiculous to think that like one other person or several other people are going to destroy your business. People like what they like. If they want to buy off you, they will. If they don't want to buy off you, they won't. That's the way it kind of goes. But support each other. But don't expect anything in return. And that's the best thing you can do for them. And that's the best thing you can do for yourself. That's kind of the way you should just go about things, just generally. Do things and just be nice. Because if you see others as constant competition all the time, you're going to drive yourself fucking crazy. You'll drive yourself nuts. Like watching that person and seeing them as a competition. Someone could be your ally, but instead you make them your enemy. And you make them your enemy where? In your brain, in your head. Don't do that to yourself. I will not bow down to that attitude. I will continue to recommend companies and people and swag and brands that I like. And I will continue to promote stuff that I like. And that's all there is to it. I don't give a shit. And I don't think that it's going to fuck with my business or fuck with my brand at all. Because it's the stuff that I like. So that is my brand, right? Like, so it is what it is. Some, like I say, wonderful holiday scented oils that go in my hair. And then a good dumping of snow we had in Canada. It's raining right now. But we did have a dumping of snow. And it was a big one. And speaking of snow, earlier in the week on my Instagram in stories, I was talking about space cocaine? What the hell is space cocaine? Well, Rob and I had been watching Guillermo del Toro's The Cabinet of Curiosities on Netflix. And I will say, we watched this one episode and it was about this eccentric billionaire who had this mansion and he had these like certain people come to his, and they each had something special kind of about them, come to his mansion, and he fed them like a lot to drink, and then he made them smoke pot, and then he had them do this space cocaine. It was like lines of cocaine, and then this girl put this sparkly purple stuff all over top of it. And so I like joked to Rob. I was like, oh my God, it's like some kind of space cocaine. These people were so high they didn't know what they were going to do. So then they took them to this obelisk room. And this obelisk room laid this obelisk, this statue. It looked like almost like a crouching gargoyle. And the one guy decided to spark up a doobie in there. And the guy's like, I told you there's no smoking in here. The guy inhales with a joint, blows it out, it's pot smoke all over this statue thing. It fucking comes to life and melts faces. I'm going to tell you, this thing it was really cheesy, but I was just like, Rob fell asleep. But oh my God, it was so cheesy. I was sitting there like laughing my head off because it was ridiculous. But that's where the space cocaine comes from. It's like, you have to see this episode to believe it. It was something like, it's something a rich eccentric billionaire who is a recluse would probably do. Someone who, it has the guy from RoboCop in it. It's like weird. It's good. You got to see it. I rewatched Pearl, Pearl with Mia Goth. I rewatched Pearl. Rob and I rewatched that because, I mean, it's really Americana. And it's when, the plague was going around. So it's very reminiscent of what's going on with the controversy around, COVID-19 and plagues and all those things like that. So we rewatched Pearl. And let me see, her mother was all about, if you bring sickness into this house, I swear to God, if you bring sickness into this house, kind of those things. It sounds like COVID. And so it mirrors what's going on in the world, but it brings it back, way back in Pearl. And it's the prequel to X with Mia Goth. And holy alligator owl, what can I say about that movie? Holy smokes. A lot of people get eaten by alligators. That alligator is well fed. If you haven't seen Pearl, holy shit, get on that shit. Watch that movie immediately. It's absolutely fantastic. And like I say, Mia Goth is absolutely breathtaking when she has anything to do with the film, acting, whether she's writing on it, whether she's producing, whether she's production credit, whatever it is. Mia Goth is magic. I think Mia Goth's fantastic. So I like Mia Goth. 2 thumbs up for Mia Goth. There's the other one. I rewatched Pearl, like I say, and I'm glad that I did. I hopped into a lot of documentaries, like I say, over the last couple of weeks too. There was a 3-part series on HBO called Spectre. Obviously, there's on Phil Spector, and everybody knows what I think about Phil Spector. And beyond the fact that you cannot deny his musical contribution to rock and roll in American history, you also cannot deny that he's a wife-beating, controlling, alcoholic, murdering son of a bitch. There you go, I said it. Phil Spector's fucking toe up from the flow up, yo. Fucking, I don't know what's wrong with Phil Spector, but there's a lot of things going on there. And like I say, he killed someone. That's what's crazy. I had to watch him because, he's the guy who obviously created the wall of sound and created that sound. And if there weren't for Phil Spector, then we'd never have people like Brian Wilson who used the wall of sound and made it something beautiful. Phil Spector was pulling guns on people and being fucking crazy. He pulled a gun on Leonard Cohen and stuck it to his head during a recording session and said, you will get into that vocal booth and you will sing. Leonard Cohen still did it. I would run for the fucking hills. No way. No way. Locking people in his house, trapping his wives, like I say. And finally, the murder in his own house of Lana Clarkson. I know he blamed it on her killing herself in his house, but she had bruises on her tongue where it looks like a gun had been forced into her mouth. Autopsy results say. So, I don't know. I'm going to go with autopsy results. Nobody jams a gun in their mouth to kill themselves. They usually just place it there and kaboom. So, just saying from what I know about death. And coincidentally, that is a lot. While I can't discount his contribution, like I say, to music, he was, whatever, an absolute misogynist. He was an abuser. He was a gaslighter, a fucking complete pig, and an absolute demon here on earth. Like I say, who puts a gun to anyone's head and tells them that they should go sing? He talked down to everyone in the studio, the musicians. The way he treated the singers and the girls was absolutely atrocious. He just talked to them like shit. He was like one of those producers that thought he could make himself famous above the artist. Not cool. The Ramones had a lot of trouble with him because he went in to producing with the wrong attitude, that the producer should be famous and the artist should be in the background. That's not really how it should be. The producer's there to support the artist, right? Like, that's what it's there for. They help the artist out, and that's what it's there. Producer gets the producer credit and highlighted too, but that's not what it's there. Like, it should be mutual, you know? I think so. Anyways, he had the most trouble, Phil Spector, with women and being like left. Anytime someone would try to leave him, he would freak out. You know, it'd be 3 a.m. and he'd be in a bar with a bunch of people and they say, you know, look, like, we got to get out of here. It's getting light out. And he'd be like, oh no, don't leave. You know, and they'd be like, I have to drive my kid to school in 3 hours. Like, shit, I gotta go, you know. Oh, don't leave. It's just always problems with people leaving. So, I mean, one of his wives ended up leaving him barefoot. Ronnie Spector from the Ronettes. He snapped her up young, and she ended up, after years being locked in his mansion, leaving him barefoot because he took her shoes. That's how controlling he was. Something weird. He didn't want a strong woman. And I mean, who wants a female rebellion? Or anyone who identifies as female to be strong? What the fuck? Who wants that? Speaking of strong women, like I say, and rebellion, rebellious, strong women, and those that identify as that, as female. Sinead O'Connor has a new documentary out called Nothing Compares. It's fantastic. I watched it, and it, like, I will tell you this right now. If you've not seen it, I'm just going to tell you right now. Trigger warning, it completely broke me. The shit that Sinead O'Connor went through growing up was absolutely unbelievable. Like, her mother making her sleep outside for like an entire season, especially in Ireland where it's not very nice. Like, the weather's not very nice in Ireland. Like, watching this documentary made me really think. She went through so much shit, and then she still protested against the Catholic Church and what was going on in Ireland, how it was illegal to basically be a person in Ireland. You weren't allowed as a woman to have birth control. You weren't allowed to have sex with anyone outside your race. You weren't even allowed to have sex before marriage. No test drives in Ireland. I will tell you that much right now. She spoke out before anyone else kind of spoke out and was loud about things and rebellious about things. She spoke her mind before anyone else did. She was exposing the Catholic Church and pedophilia and all that stuff before anyone said anything like that. She got on Saturday Night Live and ripped up, and I remember the episode, she ripped up a picture of the Pope, of Pope John Paul II. And she just ripped it up because she was sick of the Catholic Church hiding all the fucking kid touchers. She was tired of it. And I don't blame her. Like I say, like, she started a fucking revolution, and subsequently she got shit on because in Ireland, the way it was back then, there were no rights. There was no dating. Like, there was nothing. Especially no women's rights, but there were no rights except you had to follow the church. And if you didn't follow the church, so she had to get to mainstream, like, America, because that's the only place where she could see through, like, the bullshit and get away from the church in Ireland and that profound kind of influence over her and what was going on over there. And it still goes on over there today. There's more rights in Ireland than there ever were, but not as many as there could be, I think. And that's the same for a lot of places. It's not just Ireland, so I'm not hating on anywhere, like I say. She called it out. She calls out the bullshit, so good for her. That's what I think. And when she called out the bullshit, she got called an asshole, as many women do. When you call out the bullshit, what happens? You get demonized and you get pillarized, and you're like, she's a witch. She's a bitch. Why the fuck would she call me out? Because when women speak out, people don't fucking like it. And people don't like strong women. People don't like women that speak their minds. Too fucking bad. It is what it is. It's, you know, it's hard. When you speak the truth, it sucks, but I think it's emblematic of how female-identified people are treated in our society. I think it's sad and emblematic completely of how female-identified folks are identified and how they're objectified in our society and how we're treated. So I think it kind of sucks. But it is what it is. What can I say? That's the way of things. It's the human condition, as they say, and so to speak. People generally don't love loud, opinionated ladies and people that identify as female. They don't like that. They like us to be quiet. We're supposed to be quiet, soft, and, demure. We're supposed to be quiet and things like that. We need those people too. We need quiet people. But I mean, come on. We're not supposed to be living to serve. I know some people think we are, but I mean, are we really just feeding the stereotype? If we do that kind of thing, are we just feeding some kind of weird stereotype? I think we are. I think we're just feeding the status quo. I think I'm good. I want to live in a world of less Karens and more people like me that aren't fucking vanilla bitches. Honestly, I can't handle it. So I need more ladies with big brains and big mouths and big facts. That's what I need in my life. Anyone who identifies with female as female, will come out to me with big mouths and big facts. Come at me, girls. All you girls, come at me. What can I say? If we're not using our voices united, as a front, what can we do? What can we do if we're not using our voices? Not much. How come we're not using them? How come we're not starting those weird conversations and having those uncomfortable conversations? And I know they're uncomfortable. Have those difficult talks. Have the talks about the taboo topics, the ones that you normally wouldn't talk about. It's okay to talk about those things. It's okay. You don't have to agree necessarily on those topics, but have the talks about them. Don't have it out. Have the talks about it before you have it out. And then if you do need to have that, or say, I choose not to talk about this, or we choose to disagree and we don't talk about it, whatever it is, don't go nuts and divide with each other. Don't divide. Nobody divided and conquered. Honestly, they really didn't. Just don't do that. Have those talks with each other. It doesn't matter, like I say, if you're totally on the same side. Find some place where you can meet in the middle. Trust me, you'll be a lot happier. Now, let me see. This is something that we do have to agree on, though. Let me tell you about this. This came to light this week. What do you think about adults being in bands with children? Because for me, I don't like it personally. Unless they're in a band with their parents and they play in the basement or something like that. But I'm talking 12 and 13-year-old girls being in bands with 40-year-old men. That bothers me. As a mother, that's concerning. And as a human and as a woman who's been in a band before, I've never been in a band with a man who's not the same age as me. When I played in bands like Candy Darlings, for instance, my drummer was younger than me. He was male, but he was younger than me, by 3 years or something. But all the drummers were boys and they were younger than me. But never have I ever played in a band with someone who was old enough to be older than my dad. No, thank you. I don't think that's cool. I see a problem there. Let's say all the band members are 13 years old. I don't see anything wrong with that. Start a band when you're 13. Absolutely. I encourage it. I don't care who you are. Get a bunch of your little friends together and make some noise, man. Just pound it out. But don't have older people in your band. That's not a good idea. I don't think that sounds safe to me. So just me, but that's what I think about that this week. Because I think that's horrifying. Seems like it feeds the kind of Phil Spector and Harvey Weinstein kind of vibe. Make the producers famous with all this kind of other stuff going on in the background. And, don't really get the credit yourself. Not a good idea. Not a good idea. The wrong people are guiding the show. Figure it out yourself, people. And like I say, we got to have these conversations before they become sad documentaries that I watch on Netflix or HBO. Because literally we should be talking about this shit, not just letting it float by. Not a good idea. For me, I say address it, and anything before it fucking blows up. Address anything before it blows up. Before it starts going psychotic all over the internet, or you make a story about it, or you make a post about it, or you make a blog about it, or whatever, or you make a video about it. Just think about it before it goes up on the fucking internet. Just have a conversation with someone before you go and fucking explode like bees coming out of their hive. Not good. Nobody wants to be a poor man's Matthew McConaughey fucking yelling at people for no fucking reason. Like, just absolutely going crazy on their YouTube channel. Nobody wants to do that. But seriously, don't be that. Like, don't do that. That's not productive. Do something productive on your YouTube channel. I don't know, put your finger up your ass. I don't care. But seriously, don't yell at other people and attack them on your fucking YouTube channel. I think that if you get more bees, and if you want to attract more bees, you're going to get them with honey and sugar. You're not going to get them with vinegar and piss. It's not going to happen. So that's my thought to leave you with this week, I think. Absolutely. Blow your top. If you're going to blow your top and lose your bananas and blow your top in a fucking productive way. I think you should absolutely blow your top in a productive way. Blow your top, go nuts, but do it productively. Don't do it and go bananas. Just do it in a nice way. You can do it. I know you can. I do. Less often, but I do. We're all human. Once in a while, humanity kicks in and Mama Bear comes out and then roar and everyone's in trouble. Like I say, I'm going to go roar this weekend with all the wind and stuff and all the windstorm that's going on. And I'm going to hibernate probably and light fires and do all that stuff. Lots of oil stuff's going out, so all the packages are going out this weekend because Canada Post is shipping all weekend, all the way till Christmas, so you get your stuff. If you ordered, it's about 1 to 2 days processing right now, and that's it. And it's coming out. If you want to get at me, you know how. You know where I am. I'm on Instagram. I'm a slave to the gram. You know me. I'm on 21st Century Rocker Mom at 21st Century Rocker Mom on Instagram. I'm at the same at TikTok at 21st Century Rocker Mom. You can find me on YouTube at Tandy Candler Channel. I'm on Instagram at Tandy Candler, but you won't find me on Instagram right now. Too much craziness going on Instagram. I don't want to be part of it. You can stream me wherever you stream. Subscribe to YouTube, like I say. You'll get notifications when the videos come out. But you can find me on Anchor FM or whatever. My link is in the bio. You can see it up top, and I will see you there. And other than that, I will find you on the flip-flop. I will see you next week. Be good to each other. And if you want to check out the grooming company, you can also find me at Rockaholic Grooming Company. It's either going to be me or Rob talking to you. So that's who it is. So if you want to order something fun or check out something, hopefully it'll get to you before the holidays. And let's go. I will see y'all next week. Have a wonderful one. I'll be wearing this hat until the end of December. So get used to it. Merry Christmas and happy holidays.